Hey everyone, happy Thursday. Thanks for tuning in this week. I'm Waller's Wallet and welcome back to part 2 of our 3-part series looking at ways we can book around the world tickets using our points and miles. And this week, we're going to be taking a look at the One World Alliance and what they offer for around the world tickets. And the One World Alliance actually does not offer true around the world tickets, but a couple of airlines do offer options with multiple stopovers to see a few cities around the world, which makes them more like pseudo around the world tickets, but they do offer a decent value for you as well. So let's start off with Cathay Pacific, because when booking an around the world ticket using Asia Miles, you're going to look under the One World Multi-Carrier Award Chart. Now you're able to use the One World Multi-Carrier Award Chart when there's 2 One World Alliance partners, when Cathay Pacific or Cathay Dragon are not one of those carriers. Or you can use 3 or more One World Alliance partners when Cathay Pacific or Cathay Dragon is one of your carriers. And I really don't think that should be too difficult, especially if you're looking to travel from Asia to the US, you can look booking on Cathay Pacific Metal. Now the Asia Miles Multi-Carrier Award Chart is a distance-based award chart. And the cost for economy tickets is going to top out at 150,000 miles. Business class will top out at 240,000 miles. And first class tops out at 345,000 miles. And your award is going to have a maximum distance of 50,000 miles you're able to fly. And you're allowed to have up to 5 stopovers with 2 transfers. And you're allowed 2 open jaws as well. And you are allowed to book mixed cabin awards, but if you were to do this, your entire trip is going to be priced out at the highest cabin you flew in. And also you need to keep in mind you are not able to book a multi-carrier award in premium economy. And to search for One World availability, I would tell you to look at British Airways or even Qantas. Both of these are going to be really good resources when looking for One World award flights. And in order to book this award, you're going to have to call in and do so because it cannot be booked online. And your taxes and fees for your award flight are going to be dependent on which airlines you book for your award ticket. This means you probably want to stay clear of transatlantic flights on British Airways Metal since it's going to really inflate your taxes and fees cost. And you can earn Asia Miles through transferring City Thank You points and membership reward points at a 1-to-1 ratio, or even transferring Marriott reward points at a 3-to-1 ratio, or you could even use their co-branded credit card, which is issued by Synchrony Bank. Now let's take a look at Qantas Airlines. And to look for Qantas's award chart for their around the world tickets, you're actually going to look at their One World Classic Flight Reward Table. And you can use this award chart when you're flying at least 2 One World Alliance partners other than Qantas. Also, you can use this award chart if your ticket does not include any non-One World Alliance partners. And at the same time, Jetstar Airline cannot be included in this itinerary. And Qantas's pseudo around the world chart is based on a total distance flown, and you have a maximum distance of 35,000 miles you're able to fly for your entire trip. And at the top end, an economy ticket will cost you 140,000 miles, premium economy will cost you 210,000 miles, business class will set you back 280,000 miles, and first class is going to cost 420,000 miles. And you're allowed up to 5 stopovers, and only 1 stopover is permitted at any one city. And also, only 2 transfers can be taken at one city in your itinerary. And if you wanted to book an open jaw ticket, you can do that, but the distance between those 2 locations is going to count towards your 35,000 mile total. And if you wanted to book a mixed cabin award, you're allowed to do that, but the entire ticket is going to price out at the highest cabin you were to book. And your tickets are going to be valid for 1 year from the original ticketed departure date, except for domestic Japan airline itineraries. Those are only going to be valid for 3 months from the date they were issued. Now you can potentially book all of this online, but most likely you're going to need to call in to book this itinerary. And to earn Qantas points, you can transfer City Thank You points at a 1-to-1 ratio or even Capital One miles at a 2-to-1.5 ratio. Now I think of all the alliances that offer around the world tickets, I think the One World Alliance offers probably the weakest of them all. The number of stopovers you're allowed are some of the lowest out there, and they pass on fuel surcharges to you as well. But of the 2 One World carriers that offers these types of tickets, I would think Cathay Pacific is the better option of the 2. But overall, I would still probably pass on using One World for their around the world tickets. But I think one positive on these tickets is since they aren't true around the world itineraries, you're not required to cross both the Atlantic and the Pacific Ocean. But I think you would want to since you're really trying to maximize your points for this trip and really get the maximum distance allowed. And remember, you do want to search either British Airways or Qantas for oneworld availability, but I think for most people, even with their quirks and their issues, British Airways is going to be a little bit easier to use. So tell me, what do you think of the Oneworld Alliance's offerings of their around the world tickets? Hey everyone, thanks for tuning in this week. If you liked this video, consider giving it a thumbs up, or if you know somebody who might benefit from this video, feel free to share it with them. And if you want to help support the channel, a simple way would be to use the links on the website or in the descriptions below. Remember, I post new videos every Thursday, so if you like learning about credit cards, points, miles, cashback, or just flat out traveling for less, consider hitting the subscribe button down below, and I'll see you all next week. Safe travels and take care.